Hare Krishna. In this message, I want to speak about contracting as a coach, or agreement between the coach and the client about how the session will look like. So imagine that you are with a potential client and you are having a first session and you want to establish two things: what your client wants from their experience, from the sessions, and how you will coach them. Now, this may seem obvious, but actually not many coaches do the second part. They don't explain how they coach. And this is because they assume that when what they do to the client, that the client will be impressed, that this is like something magical or mysterious. Then they think that it keeps the client coming back again and again, and of course paying the coach for something that they could never do themselves. So coach has something they don't have, some knowledge, some tools. Then some coaches are afraid that if the client knows exactly what the coach will be doing, then there is no need to pay. They will not pay. So therefore, because of all these reasons, some coaches or many coaches, they don't tell people how they coach them. But other coaches think that this is a big mistake and that people actually prefer to know how they will be coached than to be in the dark about it. They prefer to feel powerful than in awe. So they would rather feel powerful by the understanding how this will go than being impressed by the coach. So clients' experience of coaches says that clients return to those professionals, to those coaches who stopped making a mystery out of coaching, and they learn what is it exactly that they will be doing in the session. So in a sense, we can say that people like to be equals. So for example, now in the case of a doctor or a brain surgeon, it doesn't mean that you expect them to tell you every little detail, how they are probing into your brain. But it is helpful for a patient if they tell them a lot what they will be doing. And in case of coaching, most clients actually want to know what is happening in the coaching session. They would like to know as precise as possible what the coach will be doing. Why is this important? It allows them to think clearly and independently, to think for themselves. So this kind of equality in coaching stimulates high quality thinking, and this is the point. This is the most important facilitation that the coach does for the client to help them think much better then they would think alone. So in this kind of a conversation where you have agreement, you want to say things like, my role as a coach is to help you. To think for yourself. My role as a coach is not to do your thinking for you. The issues and questions you bring to the coaching session are best addressed and explored by you and not by my interpretation of you or your situation, nor by my knowledge of human beings or organizations. I will offer you my insights and perspective and other tools, but only after you have had sufficient time to come up with your own, even often better ideas, thoroughly, and I will say something later only if you specifically ask me to do that. The session is successful if your ideas, directions, insights, questions and feelings are all better than mine. My expertise as a coach is a process of behaving with you in 10 ways that will keep you thinking for yourself through a particular quality of attention and naturally constructed sequence of questions, which are called incisive questions. So we will continue in the next audio message with this discussion about the agreement between the coach and the coachee, or a coach and the client.